Welcome back to the video series for a local Heroscape event in Maine from October of 2025. As a reminder, this event is a 500-point, 18-figure limit Delta event with a fairly extensive ban list by species. I'm running a Vark build with Gray Spears, Swift Fangs, Dark Claws, Arctos, and Marku, and this is round 3, where I'm facing Painted Eye, who has a mixed Gelry Krakenling build with Iwashia and 3 beasts. My army should be a bit of an underdog into massed Gelry, such as X4 with 1 Krakenling and Iwashia and Onshu, where Varks can get overrun by the sheer numbers of it, but this version is a bit less optimized, and if I can get the first shot off into the Gelry, I should be in good shape. The map is Drider, with Disengage on the near side and Dagmar on the far side. This is the biggest outlier map in the pool by far, as it's very small and covered with road. The battle should mostly happen on the Dagmar side, as I'll really want to control it going into round 2, or Gelry will be able to rush onto it before that initiative roll. Though this map is narrow enough that the battle may spill over to the far side as well. This event also has some creative treasure glyphs, which I'll put the rules for on screen now. This is one of a few maps in the pool where Arctos can reach a treasure glyph in one move, so I set up my start zone to allow that, and this time I put all 3 order markers on Gray Spears, as the map is already pretty small to where Swifts don't really need the extra 2 move to develop, and like last round, my opponent's army can reach me quite fast, with Gelry getting their pre-round movement plus road on this short map. So if I lose initiative and Gelry come in fast, I may want to be using Gray Spears right away. I see 3 order markers on Gelry with 1 on Krakenling, which is a pretty clear sign that there's a real order marker on Krakenling, as otherwise Gelry would want more move. Gelry develop up, and then I win initiative. Arctos takes the treasure glyph, and Gray Spears move up. I put them as far forward as I could without exposing them to any Gelry attacks on the next order marker, wanting to be able to use them as core offense on the next turn if Gelry come in aggressively. The order marker 1 is on Gelry, and they do indeed come in aggressively, with 2 flanking on each side of the map, but they can't get in any attacks yet. My 2 is on Grays, and I elect to bond with Swifts this turn, and advance them as a screen of sorts, which is a neat role that you can use them for sometimes. And then Grays surround Arctos. Normally attacking Gelry on even ground is better than from height, but Arctos plus height is better than neither, as 2 attack will outperform 2 defense. I have 2 even ground attacks with the near side Gelry, and then 2 heighted attacks into the far side Gelry, and I roll hot and manage to get all 4 kills, which really stunts their development. The order marker 2 is on Gelry, who take both glyphs and develop up the middle, but since all forward ones had died, they have no attacks this turn. Back to me, and I expect the order marker 3 to be on Krakenling, and my goal here is to kill the 1 Gelry on the initiative glyph without giving Krakenling a good attack. I choose to bond with Dark Claws this turn, to develop them and get my full pod up. I made a mistake on the Gray's turn, though, as I could have denied Krakenling any attacks if I'd moved this Gray Spear back. I had just counted out his 4 move and forgotten how the warp space power actually worked. I do kill the Gelry on Dagmar, but miss the other attack that I should have backed out of anyways. The order marker 3 is indeed on Krakenling, and my mistake has given Painted Eye a chance to get back in this across the potential initiative switch with Krakenling, and it does come in and kill that Gray Spear. Going into round 2, I'm going to want the order marker 1 on Swifts, as they can hit lots of targets right now. I think my Grays are safe enough to keep those order markers alive, so I put the 1 and X on Swifts and the 2 and 3 on Grays, and then see 2 order markers each on Krakenling and Gelry. I do lose initiative, but the order marker 1 ends up being on Gelry instead of Krakenling, which I'm a bit relieved to see. I think this is probably a mistake, as Krakenlings are the better way to shred my Vark's pod quickly here, and Gelry only have 2 attacks anyways. The one on the glyph stays put, which is an indication that the other order marker on them is the X, and 2 Gelry get attacks in, putting 1 wound on Arctos but missing the Dark Claw. My one is Swift's, and I think I make another meaningful mistake here. I end up bonding with Dark Claws to slightly pivot them around, but I think I should have instead bonded with Greys, so this one here could take an Elie to back up. Yes, it might have died, but then a Swift would have taken its spot and got the 5v5 on the Krakenling, where the order marker 2 almost certainly is, and my Greyspear order markers are safe anyways. Weird quirk with the Varks, where the Elie hitting is less impactful than normal because I'll still have those attack activations later this round regardless. I wish I'd seen this in-game, as it would have been a cool maneuver to pull off. As is, I can't get to the Krakenling that's about to attack me, so I end up spreading out the Swifts, sending one to deal with each of the remaining Gelry, and one to hit the far Krakenling, trying to get some wounds on it to limit its offense later. I think this Swift taking height here instead of level ground road here is also a mistake. I kill the 2 far Gelry and miss the other 2 attacks. OM2 is indeed on Krakenling, and one is in a really good position, and it ends up attacking Arctos 3 times. This decision is quite interesting in my opinion, as the 3x 4v3s definitely can kill Arctos, and if you get that kill, it's pretty good. But when you just wound him, it's very not ideal. I probably would have attacked the Greyspear and then the Dark Claw and then Arctos instead, hoping to make my order markers on Greyspears the following round a lot rougher, but killing Arctos also has merit to make my attacks into Awashia worse. However, Krakenling rolls poorly and only deals 1 wound to Arctos. My 2 is on Greyspears, and I have 1 dead, and the order marker 3 is likely on Krakenling, so I need to deal with the one that's right up in my grill. I end up bonding with the Dark Claws so that I can move the engaged one onto Shadow, where it gets +2 defense, and develop the others, taking the 4v6 at Krakenling, which is slightly worse than Arctos' 4v5 would be, but it puts the Dark Claw in a better spot, and I do 1 wound. The first 2 Greyspear attacks do 1 more wound, and I elect to take the final attack into the Gelry that's tying down a Swift, as a 1-life Krakenling isn't very scary. OM3 is on the Krakenling, and the 1-life one hits Arctos again, doing 2 wounds, but he's still alive with 1 health. My 3 is on Greys, and I bond with the Dark Claws again, sending 1 to Awashia. My goal here is to try and put a few wounds on every piece that Painted Eye has left to make the order markers next round harder, and make it easier for me to burn them. I'm also starting to position my Varks to deny Awashia lines. The Dark Claw hits Awashia and does 2 wounds. I shift 1 Greyspear to be in range of the last Krakenling, and the other 2 finish the 1-life Krakenling, and then I miss the attack into the other one. Going into round 3, I'm on Dagmar, so I definitely want the order marker 1 on Swifts. I go with the same order marker distribution again, with the 1x on Swifts and the 2-3 on Greys, with the intention of having Swiftfangs tie everything down to open the round, to keep the Greyspears alive. I see 2 order markers each on Awashia and Krakenling, but Dagmar fails me this time and I lose initiative. The 1 is on Krakenling, who rotates to engage 2 Varks and kills both. My 1 is on Swifts, and I have 3 left now, and I bond with Dark Claws because I can engage both heroes with one of them to get the double attack in. I miss Awashia, but wound Krakenling. I engage Krakenling with another Swift, and engage several of the beasts, only wounding Chana. The 2 is on Awashia, so the 3 is probably there too. Kita takes the bonding turn and advances up to Road and attacks a Swiftfang, but misses it. And Awashia hits the Dark Claw, but also misses, and then puts water under herself. My 2 is on Greys, and I bond with Arctos this time, because I need to reposition him now to improve the Grey Spear attacks. Arctos moves onto the treasure glyph, but doesn't roll for it, as the risk of losing all 4 attacks this turn is not worth it, and misses Awashia. Grey Spears move in and kill Awashia, and Painted Eye concedes as the scattered beasts will not be able to do much on their own. Rough matchup for this mixed Gelry build, and I avoided getting punished for the 2 meaningful mistakes that I did make, and I move up to 3-0 this event.